Not the right shit, so. So I know you're gonna come back on here in a minute. Mm. Mm. So anyway, I want to ask people, when do you think, when was the first time this place was called Turtle Island? And who coined it? I just want to know, because I have some conflicting for your ass, not for me. Now they say, I know from growing up, it's based upon a story, but let's put it like this: the Anishinaabe, the people that claim to be Anishinaabe up there in Canada, are not. Many of our indigenous people up there, and people from Jamaica and this, that, and the other, but they're hidden. They're quiet. The original book I saw, the Anuit, the motherfuckers was this dark. So who are these motherfuckers running around in Eskimo? These are motherfuckers who fought with the invaders and went with them, and the invaders separated because they felt like they weren't fighting well enough, and they just left them to be. You know, look at what Trudeau doing right now. How he's just setting Canada up, got Chinese all over the place. Nobody wants to pay attention to that, okay? Because media is not going to talk about it, except for those of us who communicate, not based on the lying ass media and everything else. And they say, man, we seeing some weird ass shit. And you know what? They say if you see something, say something. We see shit all the time. But when we say something, we got to be ignored because people are so conditioned to believe in the liars. So again, when was the first utilization of the phrase Turtle Island? They want to go up and say the Anishinaabe or the stories by these fake motherfucking pale skin motherfuckers. No. Besides that, everybody keeps throwing a map of America and doing this little goofy shit with the turtle in only America or going out to South America. No. I would like somebody who's an actual, not just a conceptual artist, but a good artist, to take all the land masses and bring them back together as a puzzle. All the islands and everything. It's not so much to bring them together, but to raise what creates what they say is a division. And then look at the fault lines that have been allowed to be seen and understand that the faults not only shift, they fill and create. Look at the mass of the land that's in the ocean and understand there are parts that are deeper. You just don't, all we've been allowed to see is just where we live. The Mariana Trench, the Mariana, whatever, the 7 miles down. No. There are drop-offs that go down to complete abyss of water that is far deeper than we can even conceptualize because we can't go out there. This is well known from Old Navy veteran. Lord, Alita, what's going on, family? This is what people don't understand is all this land, all this ocean was all surface. It's well documented and written that there was no rains, man, about 700-800 years ago. There was no rains. There's no rain. The earth watered itself. It's dew all over the place every morning, tons of it. Have y'all noticed that that's changed? For those who were raised, born in the 60s or the 50s, when we used to go outside, they'd just be, I ain't talking about, they say fog. That is morning dew mist. That is how the earth was watered in the morning, and it would happen in the afternoon and at night. We only see it in the morning in certain places. You can't even walk out in certain places because they say it's a desert. The earth is still kicking off water from the bottom. But it's a reason for everything. Turtle Island is not. Every time I see some people who put up this shit, America and this Turtle Island, I'd be like, oh, here we go, these divisionist separatists, goofy, dumb motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm an artist. A lot of people know I like to draw and like to design this, that, and the other. Painting, working on my models, whatever it is. I never wanted to talk about this shit. I feel like I need to. No. Turtle Island was the whole fucking thing. Now, there are other islands. Turtle Island was ours. Now I'm going to leave that alone right there. But when was it first conceptually used? It wasn't some fucking foreigner. People who act like they foreign because they've been reared and raised to be divisionists and separatists. The dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Some people say, why is it so important that we all be together? Because we have no other choice. We've all been lied to for the longest time. And we have so many people so full of hate, so disrespectful, so contemptuous, so stupid, that all that comes out their mouth is the worst. And they think that it's funny and it's okay. They don't know the disservice and the destruction what they're doing to themselves. You know what it's like not to have no fear of nothing? Because you know you've been done fucking dirty. To know that you were angry than 50 motherfuckers combined. That all you look for in your dream are the faces of these motherfuckers, and these faces keep popping up. I wake up trying to draw these motherfuckers. These so-called hidden motherfuckers, ugly as fuck. Or at least maybe that's just my dream. Maybe that's my purposeful intention, which is not right. And they can stop. They can literally fucking stop. I'm for y'all, and this mango's so damn good, I can't stop eating. I told myself when I stopped with the nicotine, the chewing tobacco, oh yeah, I threw out a logger. I should have gave it away, right? Why would I want to poison somebody else? I threw a little $20-something, $30 away of Copenhagen, just threw the motherfucking log away. Fuck it. It's in the garbage. I throw shit on top of it. I'm not digging for it. I'm not one of them type of people. When I stop, I stop. Somebody said, you said you quit drinking. I said, I did. So well, why you still say you'll drink a little bit of organic wine? Motherfucker, drinking to me is getting drunk, motherfucker. Do you know the difference? Why don't you just ask me what's my interpretation of drinking? See, we all think we're real smart and intellectually intelligent. Even I have a little more quiet when I'm broaching upon a subject with somebody. And those people like teacher or whatever, they can tell you, yeah, Jay, he's like thinking when he talks all the time. Because I have to learn how to talk again. Because this language is so screwed the fuck up. Especially when you study other languages and you realize they're all bullshit. For real. There are some languages that if you study for long enough, it starts sounding like English. And I've had people tell me vice versa when they're learning. They said it starts becoming normal, but they realize, wow, all this time that they've trying to keep a division, and they see the correlation, so they start hearing words in each one. I'm gonna leave that alone for now. That's not what I'm here to talk about. Whenever I paint something, right, I prep the surface, right? I remove I deburr all the little pendants. I get a couple of little different grains, whether it be 100, 120, 220, you know what I'm saying? And I scuff the surface up so that way it'll hold. And after I do that, I wipe it down with a turpentine, like, you know, to make sure it's very clear. And I hit it with a little air. I run it. And I set up the box, the little vents that I made for this box so I can paint. I got these little tubes with filters, like napkins. So when I'm painting, turn the little switches on, they pull it up into these napkins. It don't go up into the house. It goes right to these little cardboard tubes with these little fans that come from computers and this little shoebox, big box shoebox, like boot box, with the foil and all that. And I'm spray painting and hanging stuff and sucking in it. And I just changed the little, I made that, I probably could sell it to model makers, right? Fuck all that. You make it themselves. Anyway, I changed it out and prime it. I let it sit for 24 to 48 hours. I go back and I scuffed the prime. That's what I'm saying. I scuffed the prime. I go back and I determine does it need another layer of prime? How many coats of the red enamel or what base paint I'm going to use, and what do I want to, like right now I've got the first 2 coats on both vehicles. These two vehicles are getting painted with the I would say the Tamiya, the Japanese paint spray, and I want to get up to about 6 coats, but I wet sand. So I've got some more wet sand to do today. Let it dry for about 12 hours. Put the box up, hit it with another coat. Give it 24 hours. Yeah, that's how I do it. So I get the right amount of coats on it as I'm assembling the rest of the parts and painting and all that detailing, getting wires on the motor, blah, 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 using, get the putties to make things that didn't fit, mold and make stuff that wasn't there because it came out fabricated wrong, whatever. When I'm done and I get the coats that I want, it's wet sanded, it's smooth, then I hit it with the proper lacquer finish. That means I'm taking a little red, a little silver flake, and a lacquer clear, and I'm gonna give it the perfect, and that thing's gonna pop and shine, looking like it's metallic. So that's model builders who are really deep into it. We go off that deep end. Everybody's got their own little different way of doing things. Well, why are we not doing that with each other? Removing all the bullshit that should be happening, is nurturing from Earth and the family that's structurally together instead of this broken division, and then scuffing it up a little bit so that it'll hold all the information. Ain't got to whoop that ass all bad. Ain't got to beat everybody up. Now we need correlation and correction. Lord, you don't like my shit, bro? I need some likes, man. What the fuck, bro? You just gonna sit there and listen? Come on, brother. Come on, you know how this works. And share this shit. I'm talking important stuff. I make notes of everything, man. Everything. It's important. Because you know what? When I watch people and I converse with them, and hit them in the DM and stuff like that, when we have them chats, they be like, I never thought about that. So what I'm doing is I'm giving the best of me because I know the world likes the worst of everybody. So we scuff it up. We hit the paint. But how many times the paint is information? It's like memory. We're adding it on there and we're going to layer it and layer it and we're going to take a time. 24 hours to be 24 days, 24 months. That's cultivate. You dig what I'm saying? What we read, what we and what we further listen to what other people find because now they're more interested. So I put up the Pueblo Revolt. Now there's plenty of other things that go along with the Pueblo Revolt, and even in the book, it tells you. So you can look for that information. Now it doesn't tell you to look for it. When you read, you know what you're looking at. But if you're speed reading, right? Like I'll zip through here, right? And I'll be like important Pueblos, attempts, characterized, boom, outskirts, descriptions of customs, blah, blah, blah. And then when I'm speed reading, I'm picking up, I see everything, right? But I'm picking up a commercial, I'm picking up on whip themselves, you know what I'm saying? They whip themselves cruelly, blah, blah, blah. Who and why? I need to know reason or purpose. So when I'm speed reading through shit, I go back and I start writing down keywords like bubbles and squares and this, that, and the other. And I have a layout. And I go and start looking at it like if I was writing rhymes. Okay, that goes together, that goes together. And then I go back to the book. Then that's when I take my time. And I look and I say, okay, at the Hopi Pueblo of Awatoabi in 1632, I need to understand what was going on during the period of 1632. in Scotland. Yeah, remember, this is after King James has been dead over 100 years, about almost close to 100 years. This is around the time they brought the Bible back, about 30, 40 years late, give or take. You know what I'm saying? Algonquin and Cree. The first Indian schools, our people. So they can learn everything from us. Because they had to find, they want to call Zionists. I asked somebody to find out what they were called, and they didn't say, they didn't find shit. I said, well, go down to St. Augustine. You want to see the very first boarding school? It was Spanish. All right? Well, Sephardics or whatever you want to call these motherfuckers. That was long before the Boston Tea Party, where they put smut on their faces, and it wasn't at night, so they can look black like the Indians up there in Boston, and they put tobacco leaves and all that to go on the ship and start throwing the tea over, saying no more taxation through representation. The same shit that's going on right now with us. Supposedly we assisted in that shit. Yeah, Negro Indians, and it was seceded from Moorish rule. But so I look at that and I see that 1632. So I need to understand what was going on between the Vatican, when were the black laws being written, what was going on, what was real interpretation. So when you do that and then you start looking around and you start getting all these different informations and different books, then you start being able to put things together. Shit stands out that didn't stand out before. See, they in school, they make us read one book, right? We're drooling on ourselves and we think we know everything. No, you get into college and say, well, look, these are the books that we need. You need to read these. You need to read these. You need to read that. Are y'all going to teach me economics, motherfucker? Well, why you saying I need to read this for this grade? And that's why I say education system is bullshit. Unless you got a teacher that's going to break the barrier and teach motherfuckers what they need to know and not lies. Right now, they're teaching a lot of our children this African American bullshit. Didn't they stop that at one of the museums or something like that? Because it was somebody said enough of this. But anyway, our people, how can the heart of Earth, shit hurts, How can the people in the heart of the earth, I understand why, be so distraught, so victimized, because they've been reared in fear and made not to participate. I say if they want to bring death, participate in your own death. Bring light out of your death and bring death to those who bring death to you. It's real simple. It's not hard arithmetic. It's not hard math. That's why we got this other goofy motherfucker looking at me. You want to see. I always tell people I don't want to hurt or harm nobody, but I need you to understand. It's bigger than I or you. The light within us is not dim. We just turned it the fuck off. We turned it the fuck off. We're the only ones who could turn it the fuck off. And all these niggas going for the money and the dollars and this, that, and the other before it falls out the bottom. Do not pay them no attention. Did he message me back? Hello, who are you? I never have any accident or hit any truck. Yes, you did. All right. So anywho, I'll just file the police report. That's what I'm. There we go. I said, let them know I don't have time for cowardly activities on my soil. Shit. You know? Marta Perarova. I got your name. So, you know what? Do the right thing and stop being an idiot. Drunk, lick beer in your hand. You come on, man. And I walk around my truck all the time. And they saw me and they was like, I even left the thing on your window saying don't park in my. I left the thing in the window. Excuse me, y'all. This is real quick, and I hate texting. A lot of y'all know that. All right, that's done. So, follow a police report, do what I got to do. Got the information, they responded. Easy, the name's there. They can pull up the license and the insurance, and I'll call my insurance company and just let them deal with it. That's it. Two pictures, everything. You can say what you want. Nobody parked in there, and the time is on. See, there's things you got to do if you want to. In this world, there's things you got to do that's right. Like people said to me, Jay, not to get off the other subject either, as far as information and what we're dealing with, but you say that if you saw a cop getting attacked, you would run and say, yeah, bro. It's not because I believe that motherfucker to be righteous or the right motherfucker, this, that, and the other. Because there's a lot of times they actually go out here, regardless of how it was created, because it was created, and them motherfuckers in the costume characters are just as dumb and corrupt and brainwashes the rest of the goofy motherfuckers who are committing the crimes. Look, you do the dirt. Motherfuckers got a uniform on. Hey, look, man. Unless I see something dirty going on, or I know he's telling the motherfucker in his ear like some cops have done, well, today you're going to die. Oh, that's happened a lot of times. And as many people would state that and say that, and that's based upon facts. But I told you the Department of Justice is not a Department of Justice. Or every one of them faces in that motherfucker are worthless, weird, freak, no good sociopath, diabolical pieces of bastions of excrement. Facts. The lies and everything that come with it. Okay, yeah. Handle your business. That's all. Nah. And I say that with a clear conscience. I really don't give a damn. Because they can stop all this shit. If you're such a professional and you're so well trained and you're the first responder and blue lives are fucking blue lives. Whether you dance around on stage with fucking blue all on your body, the fuck is that? Bullshit. Serpico and 100 other motherfuckers blew the lid off of that, and why people so arrogant and ignorant still believe in it, that the shit is all right. Because people are dumbed down. Look at what the fuck they eat. Look at the air we're breathing. Look how we're always locked inside. Some of them believe in white superiority and supremacy, and this what they're saying is they believe in nigga superiority, and that's what it is. And they too dumb to know that. Because things have been set in play for them to be in a position of stupidity. Because the enemy know that most Palestinians are stupid as fuck. We're dumbed down. We didn't have, in the 1930s and 40s, we didn't have no autistic, retarded children. after Tuskegee, the chemical spraying in California for the Khalifas and all that, and certain other people in Detroit, all that shit they were doing in the water and Flint, we started having children born with deformities and ailments. Our people stopped doing all the natural herbs because people were getting their hands cut off, getting lynched, and set on fire, who were learning the medicine ways. And then the media, gazettes, and this, that, and the other were putting out false narratives. Dumbass Peckerwoods, who were first just not even born here, come over here, bringing their babies born here, say, look, we killed another Indian. Look what we did. And then they put false narratives out. And then we got all these goofy Negroes who push the same nonsense. Now, I know they don't want my stuff to be seen by these goofy motherfuckers who are on a roll. It's not about that. So I just want to reach a few. I want the enemy to watch. It's like they're watching. It's not really the enemy, but that's how they want to be. Fuck it. I'm that motherfucker they don't want to run up on. That's why they got to do shit all far away. They might have a couple of goofy motherfuckers say, oh, we can run up. Oh, yeah, okay. This is not Iraq, and I'm not some half-breed, don't know who he is, goofy motherfucker. That's why I don't have people really close to me, because I watch how they move. So they got to sneak around and do the shit they do. Punks. You would think that motherfuckers want to fight motherfuckers at their best. No. We got a lot of bitch motherfuckers thinking they gods. If they was that greatest. If they were that great, they wouldn't be so scared of us, and they wouldn't have to do all the shit they've been doing. Some idiot with some bars and stars would say, well, that's planning. No, that's cowardly. That's some punk shit. That's what that has been. Square business. See how I just broke that down? That's what it is. Do you know how many people we have in prison who've been in the hole for 15, 16 years because of these corrupt COs? I know a couple COs that I grew up with. I wouldn't mind meeting them and just beating their ass. Well, they got gout and diabetes and everything. But I love to beat their ass because I know they did a lot of people foul. Every one of them. Even the sister I know. I'm tired of the CO. See about her actions, how she carries herself. She's arrogant, flamboyant, and a whole lot of other goofy shit. I beat their ass. Yeah, brother on brother and brother on sisterly love. Ass whoopings that they need. Fuck the system of lies. Yep. Send me that information, partner. I just get it. Motherfucker got your name and everything, where you're from. You're Argentinian, motherfucker. Insurance company for the vehicle. I don't give a fuck what you live. You can't even speak English. Your half-ass wife can speak a little English, but she had that Bud Light box half open, dripping out of arm. Fuck. Back into my shit, talking about we ain't bumping or nothing. Shut the fuck up. You didn't even know how to, when you saw me, you didn't know what to say. And I was like very calm, going, hey, but look, I'm gonna let you park there. Just understand, you got business. See, this is a B&B. So y'all's parking spots are all over there, in front of your fucking door. And they just looked at me like, and I'm like, yeah, that's how it's going down. But you stay there for right now. He's getting ready to move. So we're getting ready to leave. I don't give a fuck. That's why I knocked on your door. I saw you when you walked out the back when I was taking my little walk. You waved, and I just looked at you. My eyes waved. That's the kind of stuff. How do you deal with it without getting all emotional and in your feelings and angry and hostile? I looked at the car. I was like, damn, somebody bumped it again. My truck, my 2020. Really? I can fix this. It's a truck. It's a vehicle. But what's still coming? It's going to look a lot worse than that, especially when I start hitting it with this when I spray the whole truck with this rubber, when I do what I gotta do. So I got cases and cases and cases right now ready to go. I ain't taping out shit. Flex Seal's a motherfucker. I'll tape the windows off to a certain decor. Unless I get the level 3s that my boy's supposed to give me and put in for me. I have them, might not. I'm not worried about it. I pretty much prefer to drive with the windows down. And I know how to carbon fiber windows from the inside and out quick and let them cure for 6 to 8 hours, and I got the stuff to do it. Where I can have a small bracket to look through. And they can take up to a 308. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but see, the thing is, a lot of people don't know that you can spray your whole vehicle. It's not just go out there and spray your truck down. I mean, you got plastic with tape on it. You know that a lot of people, guy came up, he invented, got rich off. You just line your windows and they gotta be perfect. Take your motherfucking wipers off. It's just easy shit. All the electronics, you know what I'm saying? What do you need? What you don't? Because you know the internet's not gonna be working. So pop that internet shit off. You got a regular antenna. Make sure that you can tap into AM, FM. Got your little radios. All right. Wrapped in fucking tin, aluminum. People don't understand that's some real shit. They're too stupid. They're not ex-military, this and the other. They think they let movies debunk shit. Have you tried it? Let me tell you about an EM pulse. Any of y'all ever seen one? I've been around one when it happened. But it just doesn't fuck with your electronics. It fucks with you. Magnetic EM pulse, electromagnetic repulse or pulse. Yeah, well, there's a way to protect yourself. If you don't know how to get aluminum and cut little fingers called EMI fingers, and if you don't know how to put them in, if you don't know how to use a TIG welder, and you don't know how to take door frames off and all that little shit and around your motor and your battery compartment, what to put over it, if you can't get 5 boxes of aluminum foil, know shit's about to go down, or just do it at night, remove your leads, cover your fucking battery. You go out in the morning, you put your leads on, got your charge, go. I mean, it's real simple shit. Oh, your alternator, you cover that bitch up too, remove the ground. I mean, not the ground, the power. This is real simple stuff, people. Don't tell me nobody's got no fucking wrenches, pliers, needle nose, and tweezers. Come on, motherfuckers. Real simple shit. Somebody said, well, are you going to do it, Red? I said, I got the tool bag right there to run and do the shit as quick as possible. If I hear there's a bomb coming down and I know it might be an earth surface explosion, now if it's a nuke, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to lay flat on the ground. If I get rotisserie, I get rotisserie. If I get piled up on, I get piled up on. Dead, I'm gone. Or if I just stand up out the debris, then I've elevated. Then it was meant for me. Or whoever it happens to. And trust me, deep mountains, on the other land masses, it doesn't matter. They will be popping up, snatching them, and the people who we've allowed to live, the things that we've allowed to live, they'll be destroyed. This is it. This is the final call. Not some fake Muslim, the final call. That was the retraction and used for something that should have never been used for, because the final call is the final call to action. And it's bigger than I can conceptualize anybody, even the enemy. They thought they were getting the best to make the things they did, killing and this, that, and the other, or whatever, or hiding, and what they were doing was they were misleading and entrapping themselves, and they don't even know it. Am I telling something that's not known? No. Am I putting it a different way? Yeah. See, we got people who want to do good, but they don't know how to do good with themselves to be something that's worthwhile, to be something that's worthy, and people love it. Now my boy was sitting there going, yo, Ray, you know how to do all that in and put the screen in and the background and blah. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the actual, because I'm actual Mr. Organic. I ain't talking about diet, this, that, and other. No, I've done weed. I've tried coke. Crack, you couldn't fucking you bring that around me, I'm going to punch you until I break every bone on my hand, my wrist, and everything. Dope. Well, we've all had that. You've had Oxycontin. You had all them shits, and yeah, Like unbeknownst, not that I fucking want that shit. What do you think this fake ass alcohol turns to in your fucking system? Processed through your liver and all that. Dope, niggas. White boy. Or the white girl. Either one. Come on, man. This stuff, y'all, is. When you do that, do not take a vitamin D supplement with that. Walk your ass out in the sun and drink that if you can. I would be doing that right now, so I'm sipping on it because I'm gonna go out there in the sun and then finish the rest of it. Take my shirts off and let my little six pack with my little grandpa, which I love, right out there with my shot and my gun, my shit right here. I don't go nowhere without my pistol, but I keep it on me all the time. You never know when shit might go down. I need something to get me back to my rifles, my bows, and a couple other little goodies I might have to use. So yeah, I always keep, and I make sure I keep one that's got 12, because I know how to lay down the first 3 or 4 to keep the head down and then start getting on the mark. Once I get out there, it don't matter how. I'm that's what I practice. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean it's always gonna work. Sometimes it doesn't. You dig? Never seen an EMP. You never see it, bro. You won't see it, family. Cincinnati. You will not see it. Nobody will. It just knocks shit out. Like, you know what a rolling blackout is, right? Now imagine that being done with a machine that can fry major what do we call the little ones? I'm all into all that event shit, soldering and all that, capacitors. The big ones at all electric plants, it knocks them out. It burns them. It fries them. It's like a supersonic wave of radiation, like microwave, and it knocks all things out. But it affects us too. Guy got a pacemaker, it's going down. Hearing aid, it's going here. Visual cortex stimulator, nigga ain't gonna be able to see. Do you understand what I'm saying? Johnny Do Right, that you got the pump, but you decide to get the little electric motor one, the little, with the pellets. It ain't gonna stand tall. You dig what I'm saying? But you wouldn't know if you did. That's simple. You wouldn't know if you did. They have an EMP, but they have a way to pop it and then reassert it. You dig? The CBC refused to tell you that Wendy Mesley used the N-word. I don't give a fuck no more. All them goofy sons of they all conditioned and broken. They're all conditioned and broken. This little news thing I get, I look at a lot of different news. I don't see this. This is what people consume with. And I get these little things so that way I can have a better, not so much understanding, because I understand why, but I can see how deep the disease is. And the hate, the logistics of hate, why it is. And we don't get that from lying ass media. Or lying ass TV gives a little bit, but they do it some kind of fanciful way. Walt Disney couldn't stand us. He said, I can't stand them little niggerish Indians. I couldn't stand them. He couldn't stand them. Agatha Christie couldn't stand us. What did they teach you in school? What did they teach you on travels? To love your enemy. And your enemy don't even love himself. Because if you love himself, he will love us. I'm grateful for my pale-skinned brothers who understand me, and they know that I actually got love for them. No harm to them, would protect them with my life to the end. It's not because I served in the military, and that's the way I was raised. I was raised a little ignorant too. Being ignorant against the racists. I had a brother who died in the Dominican Republic. He was betrayed by a woman and a brother and murdered. He was a cop. Childhood brother. It's Italian and Jewish, whatever you want to call it. Alan Dworkin. I was planning a trip with about 50 brothers. We had a couple connections down there, good friends who had arms, cache arms for us and everything. And we was going to go down there and show them how it's really done. We was gonna fucking, we was gonna show the Dominican government how it was really done. Not some bear pig bullshit with it tipped off. No, man. We was about to go down there and show them. We were gonna show the cartels how motherfuckers bring some real bad shit. And thank goodness, it was a friar who was holding the arms and explosives, and he knew that we were dead serious. A bunch of us, Latinos, brothers, you know. I can't say nothing about the Italians. Can't say nothing. And there was nobody secretive who could tell anything about us. We was about to go to DR, mountainsides, and bring hell. Pure hell. We already had this thing. We ain't worried about a fucking jet at first. Whether it came from here or anywhere. We was about to rain down here in hell, and we had 20,000 troops that were so much who were looking for us because they wanted to do something different. And the friar saw that we were dead serious. We weren't using the phone. The way of communicate was just amazing. I can't tell y'all. I don't hear. They watch. And he tapped into the responsibility of the goodness of my energy. I think it's when I first started realizing that there was a balance. So all these thugs and gangsters talking all that shit, shut the fuck up. I'm tired of that shit. And you know how hard it was to get all them brothers of mine to stand down? There was three like saying we can still go down, three of us, and we can go down there with them. We can just, and I don't know if they did or didn't. I haven't heard from them in about some odd 10 years. But he was in the police force, and he started getting a little racist, but he had told me, because me and him used to talk, I said, why are you doing that with the brothers and sisters who loved you, who we grew up with? And he says, you know, when you get in the police force, it's you join it, and you get around people who you thought were cool, and you realize they're utterly racist. And he told me about Bloomfield Police Department, Montclair, North Police Department. He says, you got Negroes on there that can't stand their own people. And they want to go out there and they want to prove, they want to break a person's arm. Women, you know how many women, old women's arms were broken by police officers in North New Jersey? And then you got this fake media and this Blue Lives and these corrupt ass cops. Serpico already told you and about 20 other police officers that there's a hate culture, us against them, that never existed. And that's what, after they started training with the Israeli Mossad, Israeli police and this, that, and other, that they started employing those things in the 60s and 70s. Right here. That were not lawful. Not based on an organic constitution that applies to fucking us. No fucking 14th Amendments and all that bullshit. We got Negroes running around. They don't even know who they are. They don't accept and be, hey, what's going on? See the couple blinders. Thank you, sisters. I love my women. If I could have every sister, I wouldn't give. And look, I could pay. I'd be feeding the chef for them. Just lay that fat ass down today. I'm gonna take that one, without no thought, and bringing the best goddamn babies into this world. Cause I got nothing but motherfucking warriors, strong ass. They're gonna live old too, and teach them. But what's going on, sister? Not to divert. That was one time that I was ready to take that military training. I was hyped up, all that shit that I wanted to accomplish, that the wood stopped me from accomplishing in the Spec Force community, which my eyes were this wide for. That's why I take cold showers now. I like the cold. People be like, yo, you want, hey, Wim Hof, jump right in, fuck it, come up. Woo! Shit. And they like, is that brother for real? We've been made to believe that hot water is the answer. No, hot lava, hot mud, minerals. That is conditioning for the body and explanation. But no, cold water is what our people knew. See? So hot water opens pores and you get all these chemicals. They've added 3 more over the last 15 years, other than fluoride and other crap they had in it. It goes into your body and fucks you up. How many other people know people who work at a water treatment plant and you talk to? And you say, why you do it? You know what I've had people say? It's a paycheck. You know what I thought? So when everybody's dead because of what you did, what's the paycheck good for? If you live. I says, people can't see past their nose because they're too busy listening to bullshit because they don't know how to hear and listen to rationale and reason. Motherfucker went right back. Thank goodness I'm at a Navajo working with treatment places. I couldn't do it anymore. I was poisoning the water. What I was doing. And he says, but I still got some of us that work there and I'm trying to get them to leave and they won't. Am I making sense? About the same time the Alphabet started training, the Alphabet people, right, started training and giving equipment to police intelligence departments. Oh, yeah. You were born and raised in Jersey. Yeah, I was born and raised all over. I'm a country boy. I was Winston-Salem, Florida, New York, Montclair, Newark, East Orange. I had the runabout because you got to remember, I was abused as a child. I was raised by my grandma, my great-grandma, and I knew my great-great-uncles when I used to go down all the time with some who were fought in the Civil War as children. So I got, yeah, you know. And that's what I, other than Spanish, which I was learning when I was growing up in Portuguese, I started in Yiddish. I said, you know what? I need to learn other languages. And I remember my grandpa, Lightning Charlie Wright, Joe Louis was scared to fight him. Going to Duper's AC when it was open back in the day, and then hitting dewdrops when I would come back every once in a while, just stop in, do some gloves with the young cats coming up. Some of them didn't even know me, you know. Stretch James, all that, you know, Guardian Angel at the time. I'm a country boy, always have been. But I was talking to my aunt the other night, Joanna Wright, at Board of Education. You know, Jasmine Wright, Lauren Hill, used to babysit my cousin Jazz, all that shit. I grew up with all that. Twin City breakdance. Going to Eagle Rock Reservation, going up there hanging, you know, some of the MCs, they big now and all that, you know, Queen Latifah gay. I mean, but Whitney Houston, I used to go to church. I don't even know how she married Brian Brown because she was in the women. A lot of things, you know, I'm just a country boy. Always have been a country boy. I didn't like the city. To me, it looked like I was caged in something. It didn't feel right. We weren't there. That's where the Jews were, the Bolognese people were. And they wanted to be away from everybody else. But in order to control us, they had to change. And they understood the flip. I can't get too deep into it, but you know, I could tell you a well-run word. Well, I'm going to do more teaching streams because a lot of people are still running around buck-ass crazy. I just got through eating the motherfucking, a friend of mine grows mangoes in his backyard. That motherfucker's right. And I got a little half banana. I can't even eat that much. And I'm drinking my Mullen and which positive stomach. And I quit tobacco completely. I think I'm on my third day. I had a little vagina happen because of I worked so hard. I lift heavy and stuff. Well, I chewed tobacco for over 40 years. Over 40 years. I used to smoke cigarettes a long time ago. But that with a little alcohol can bring an angina if you're pushing your body. Like if you wake up every morning, 5 o'clock and go out and run 3, 4, 5 miles, regardless of your diet and my fasting, you got injuries. A little over a year ago, I had 2 of the strongest antibiotics, and I forgot when I did my studies, I realized they do damage to the heart and the veins, and it didn't allow the few years of recovery and proper dietary means to allow them, my arteries and everything to come strong again. So I've got a baby step it now. When got checked, you can see they stuck. This bitch didn't know how to do nothing. I had to stick myself. Trying to get me an IV up here. Bitch, see them hands? What the fuck? I got veins for days. I squeeze my thing, my veins pop out of my arm. Like, what? God. I said, wait, let me see that needle. And Dr. Clifford looked and said, I want to see that fucking needle. I'm looking at the head of it. I take my phone, turn the light. Better not be nothing in these motherfuckers. We're going to have some serious problems. She left. Prodding in my arm. The fuck you trying to make it stay in there? Dr. Clifford came, calm down, James. I don't know who she is. I know everybody. I don't know who the fuck is she. I had the camera taking pictures of people. I don't play with these people, y'all. I don't play with nobody. They're all fucked up. And I need people to be unfucked. That means you and me. I don't wear this for nothing. It's an invitation. Motherfucker, come scout, nigga, so I can get my hands on it. That's what it is. People don't even know that truth. So right now, my diet, I haven't cut out my shrimps and my lobster and fish, but I'm just not eating them right now because it's more important that I get things. If you take chelated copper, or don't take, if you're gonna take silver, do not take chelated silver. It's easy to make chelated silver too, guys. You got a mason jar and the silver leads and the copper and the battery, and it's really easy. You can hydrogenate the water too if you want. But if you take chelated copper and zinc after you eat and your stomach gets nauseous, you have what is it called? You have your probiotics. Your gut health is terrible. Okay, little information. I love that she loves. I cook. I'm a chef, y'all, and I like cooking all like every spaghetti, whatever I have is spelt, is natural. I don't get into all the flour and all that crap. There's times when I'll go off and I'll get a chicken sandwich, right? And I'll sit there and I won't beat myself up going, I'm gonna stink now because I just ate a bunch of shit. And sure enough, I'll be like, because I use lime for my deodorant. And I put lime in my hair sometimes when because I don't wash every day. It's bullshit. And I don't brush my teeth every fucking day. And I got all my teeth. I chewed tobacco for over 40 years. And the dentist be like, well, you want to eat the rest of those lead silver out? Of course. Get the porcelain in there like the other side. Fuck, make me, And I talk to people like that. Like, are you? And I have to remind myself that everybody's not where I'm at. But I'm not where everybody else is at either. So it's humbling. Now, chelated silver, I would never say that. The best way to get it is by taking a pill form. This is one of the ones that I use. And it's better if you can get it in water, where streams of copper and stuff. Most rivers, copper and all that is in there, and it's in the water. Minerals are in the water, and it gives you the right amount. That right there, that one pill, I'll skip 2 days before I take another. I'm going out to Wabi today, lay out on the beach, get as dark as I fucking see. I'm darker, y'all. Get as dark as I can, absorb all that sun, all that from the melanin, that electricity, feet in the heat, let my body sweat. If I can find a sweat locker, I can get butt naked and sit down around my Navajo brothers, some half-breed, if you want to believe in that half-breed stuff. Sit there, like my video, sis. Come on, I need the likes, baby girl, and I need to share it. I know you subscribe, but I need the likes, girl. And hey, look, when you go back to the beginning and pay attention when it loads up, you're going to love how I kicked it off. I started doing the first part, but something wasn't right about it, so I went out and came back in. You see I'm grabbing my beard because I didn't do all the good stuff I need to do. I just threw water on my face and I'm going to do this. I'm going to talk about this. Then it starts off talking about gay relationships, this, that, and other, and the perversions and everything else that we're made to accept, that we have no right to accept, no reason to accept, because that was never on us land. I've read the Franciscan letters, the Jesuit letters. There was no man to man. That's why I have a hard time with certain sisters and people push that shit. I'm going, where are you getting this fucking information? Because that was never written about us. They had to employ that shit. They had to. Buck breaking is taking a warrior. It was a POW who ain't got none of his friends around from a different clan or tribe, tying him down, saying, giving a spectacle, saying this man doesn't want to be a freeman, be a Christian, meaning a Christian, a freeman. When you became a Christian, you became free. It was based off of our teachings, the King James, perverted by the Zionists. Now, they weren't called Zionists at that time. That didn't come into reality like Israel until right before the 1600s. So, real facts. And they had these nasty, stinking ass, diseased, little pale skinned motherfucker and Nick and dark motherfucking wicked motherfuckers who were sleeping with each other get down on top of these warriors, big, strong, bucking warriors, and fuck them. Do all kinds, and sometimes would murder them and hack them up. Because they knew that they would not want nothing but vengeance or to get the message out. And the women and the children would see it and be so broken. All that beauty and hope, wigwams and all that, living in the trees and amongst all the animals, and the jaguars walking with us, as well as the wolves and jaguars walking beside each other, the horses and everything we had. Long gone. Now the enemies would rewrite history as if they won something they did not win. This is the reality. This is the stuff that I received, the stuff in all these books I read. Remember I told you how to go about reading a book, like Pueblo Revolt? it'll tell you, it'll give you instances of 20 other books to read if you actually understand what you read. The secret rebellion that drove the Spaniards out of the Southwest. So we go into 1632, a rebellion. Start looking for books based on rebellions and war and calamities in 1632. It's that simple. That's just from the front of the book. See how people aren't taught to do that. Then we want to go back here. And we want to see references and sources, right? Most people, it depends on how the layout is, was MLA, whatever, because it's done like a paragraph. APA, well, you know, for those of us who are college etiquette, whether we were doctorates or whatever. To look through the book, specific things, to have better understanding, also directs you to other places. That's why I say if you're going to read the Pueblo Revolt, I always say instead of 1492, which they made movies about, read the ones before and after, and then take those and understand the Chinese narrative. Then you get a better perception because there were many Chinos, that means half Spanish and Chinese, with none of our indigenous bloodline but from us, who would tell their stories, and they're very egregious. They're very harsh. And nobody's telling you that. No, what people do is say, yo, $25, I can find your family genealogy. Yeah. You know what I got to say to that? Come with me to the shooting range. You get 5 tries. I get 5 tries. I'm gonna put a Buffalo 50-cent piece down there, $50, you know, at 20, 30 yards, and just with iron sights and the 9mm, like a Glock 19, 20, whatever. We're gonna see how many times we can put a round with a hollow point through that. You get one, I get one. How many times we can hit dead center? Taking our time, learning to breathe, sitting at the table, and get fucking want to use a stand, whatever. And then we can have a conversation. Other than that, most people out here trying to make a dollar while being hateful and agitating. Why y'all following them people still? I'm not telling people not to follow, but how about saying, why are you doing that? Question is saying, why are you doing that? What are you gaining? What are you earning? Seems like you're saying you're trying to bring together, but you're trying to create some broken cohesion and arguing and fighting, and you want people pitted against each other. Who are you really working for? See, it doesn't take that much to stand there and see that. Because, see, the cowards who open their mouth don't know. See, I can reach motherfuckers in New York. I'd love to see a motherfucker talk real rudy to me. Because I'd be like, yeah, okay. And you know what? I've had people dropping dimes all the time. I know what you like to do. I know where you be at. You ain't got to be scared. I'm going to walk away from it. It's all up in their hands. I tell people all the time I ain't got control over no fucking body. But when people started paying attention, they asked me who's so-and-so. I'm like, I met them like a couple years ago. I like what they're talking about. Then I start seeing all the bullshit, and they start saying, because they think like me, not like me, but they love to hear me talk, and a lot of times I wouldn't talk. So they go somewhere else. And they say, something ain't right, Red. I'm like, yeah, well, it's crossing lines, and these are the youngins, some of them close to our age, but they're not where we from. Because some people will listen and sound on people's pages and be like, all right, that ain't right. That's not, it's free. We're not supposed to be hoarding and hiding our information for all of our people. And why would I have to charge you to help you find out who you are and what side of the family, this, that, and another? Were you adopted? Let's do the first thing. Let's go down to Episcopal or this, that. Where do you last remember? Let's go and find out the people who put you up for adoption. Let's get all the paperwork. If the family didn't do it, are they alive? Let's find out why you were put up for adoption. Let's find out what happened. Were you left upstairs somewhere? Well, by looking at you, just looking at your face, I can tell you that you belong to the McClintons. I can tell you have more in relationship with the Gullah Geechee. We're not African. You look like you belong with the Pequot. A lot of my Pequot brothers and sisters are mixed tribes or clans, but Pequot is what they hold on to. Not these brothers who push, just my tribe and all that shit. Chief Langley, I used to talk to Chief Langley 10 years, or 15, 20 years ago, on the phone all the time. And then one night he was drunk. He says, fuck them. If they want to be from Africa, I'm going to get paid. I'll make them from Africa. Well, y'all see what he did, right? And it upset me, and I became very angry. I was in chaos. And I remember cussing Chief Langley out. What the fuck? He says, man, fuck them. They wanted all these pan fries and all this. Fuck them. I'll make them from Africa. I'll travel over there And you see he's getting a little thing from the Army, right? I don't know if he was in the National Guard. I never asked him about that. Years ago, over a decade ago. And I pointed out to people, and I said, wait a minute. And I was still in chaos now. I was like, something's not making sense here. And I remember he told me what he was going to do. Well, damn it, if he didn't stand by and do it, and you know what? He's misled a lot of people. But then he circled back around and says, wait, not every Negro in America is from Africa. But see, people want to be fed the lies because, see, when you're reared and raised in the lies, that's what you want. It's a kinetic, magnetic anesthesia. You dig what I'm saying? But here you have Kwame, you have all these people coming out, knowing their roots and who they are. Once they walk away from the circle of lies, Isaiah Thomas, that man is a lot of them. Even this goofy motherfucker comedian who wanted Trump out and voted for Biden's punk ass, now he's speaking the truth. You know what I'm talking about. Eddie Griffin. He knows who he is. He pushed that black shit and that African shit for a little while, but he knows who he is. Pay attention. That's all I tell people to do is pay attention. Red man know who he is. His family. Told you, a lot of my people, the Chickasaw, the Choctaw, who are of the Yama Nation, the Yamas, oh, it's Yamasee shit, but the Yamas, that's what we are. Many clans, many families, even Algonquin speaking, the Cree, part of it. Oh, so many. But we gotta get these one-sided views of motherfuckers raised that want to push African and this, that, and other. I don't have no time for none of them people. I don't care how they feel either. Oh well, broken ass motherfuckers. But poor gatekeepers we have, a lot of them. And a lot of people we fought with the French and then we turned on the French. But we were fighting the English. Because the French were still just no good. We pushed their ass all the way up. That's how a lot of us ended up in Jersey and all them places. Because Jersey didn't exist. You ain't gotta believe me. Those maps still exist, y'all. Ewok Reservation was nothing but a bunch of niggas, and they went and slaughtered as many as they could. Many reservations around there. Them Zionists, them motherfuckers, I forget what they called before that, but they couldn't stand us. It was like, wait a minute. Y'all couldn't even hold it down, the world, the earth, like y'all was traveling, holding the earth down. And then you can't even hold the mother soil down? No, actually, they forgot our prophecies. They forgot what was supposed to happen. That's how dumb the Zionists are. They're confounded. And they think they know. Even with us talking, they have absolutely no clue. And I'm not talking about all Jewish people. I'm talking about the Zionists. The fake ass flag and they hateful ass selves and the shit they've done. That shit ain't gonna last no more, man. It's not good. It's not good looking for it's not looking good for the home team. Real talk. Lately, any other time, like I'm gonna share something with you. It's intimate. Any other time I go out, I can get poontang like that, right? I haven't wanted no sex with no woman because the women are negative. The women I'm around are so full of shit. I even got one who adores the fuck out of me but is afraid, and I'm like, no, I cannot share this with you. You see, that's how serious it is when change happens. And I know the importance of my seed. I know the truth of history to a certain decor. We're talking about people, old heads, who says, no, we're not supposed to do this. We're not supposed to stop. But what we've done, we've allowed ourselves to become corrupt and we've become darkened and we've allowed things to exist that were never meant to exist, but were written that would exist so that we can have them. Some of our children will have them. Our younger brothers and sisters, no matter how many generations, will have them as a banner of whatnot for the world, for the earth. I hate that bullshit. And there's many lands out there, y'all. Stop believing this is it. The expanse of our earth is beyond comprehension. Like Admiral Byrd said, and then they had made him quiet. It was a popular mechanic, and they removed it. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, y'all. We're so worried about this is what the Jews, they said, well, we can make them look out there instead of look here. They ain't nothing out there, but we can make them look out there because they had a great war. They cut off. That's the pop marks on the moon. You don't understand that because you don't even understand the power that you're capable of. Because they kind of brought up a fact that we don't even use 3 to 5% of our brain. Well, they made sure our pineal gland is calcified, our heart not operating at optimal blood flow and everything else. Our center, we got shoes on all the time. We're clothed up. We're not running around. I'm not running around letting my slung get my big 11 and a half get the sun like it's supposed to get all the time. My beautiful women walking around, I can brush up against them without getting hard on wanting to have sex because they're beautiful, and I've got the women who I'm entitled to, who are entitled to me by selection, by order. See, we gotta go fishing and getting bad fish. Like they have to go fishing and pulling up bad walleyes. I mean, it's the truth. Now all of a sudden I got a lot of women wanting to come, want to be with them, Let's see. I shaved the beard off. I dropped about 15, 28 years, and I'm like, no, I'm letting my shit grow in. I love this, man. I love this silver and this gray. I love this shit. Man, what? I love that it ain't red no more, but my shit is like, I got real curly hair, but it's hard for it to lock. So I was thinking about maybe just locking them or having some system lock them for me, whoever comes to visit and decides to stay for a month or two and enjoy and determine if they want to come out to the heart, be close to Ohio or Utah or whatever the fuck, See, out here, the earth cries for us. It cries for life to come back because she's alive. But it cries for us to put our feet down, our face in the dirt, to speak to one another loudly, not whisper, to embrace one another, not sexually, not the perversion of what we think sex is, to embrace one another, to have that one moment that when they're dancing, when before Neo and them about to take their trip, and Matrix, and they all just dancing together, bodies going, energy or whatever. That's what we used to do. They call it ghost dance. Oh, the women were involved, the men were involved, everybody was involved. It was electric, and it scared the fuck out of them. They remember what happened after that. So they had to break that up. But we were so loving, and we was like, okay, we were ignorant. One with the earth. It's like a flower, but germinates, it sprouts, then it blossoms. And somebody comes along and cuts it down. But its natural order, we would say ignorance, to be cut down because it didn't fight back. But no, it performed its duties. We perform our duties. We were chopped down. The thing is, they don't germinate nothing. They create toxins and poisons. We germinate. We connect. The best of two worlds connect. And they allow something to blossom. They allow something to sprout. And we're the ones we need to stop going to these doctors and these hospitals doing the shit they've done to kill more of our babies. My son was murdered by a doctor, given an experimental drug he didn't need. That's how they looked at us, but he didn't know this. He didn't know that I'm not black, motherfucker. I know who I am. See, they're ignorant too, but we've gone beyond that now. Now they think they're empowered. A lot of y'all know you're comfortable where you're at. You don't know how to get up and move around, get away from bullshit. You won't be honest. You know what I'm saying? Going bike riding? All right, sis. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. But I'd love to go bike riding with y'all. I got to take it little steps at a time. I got to be careful with these arteries, man. I got to make sure I don't get sick again because I'm not worried about it. But a lot of y'all scared to travel. Get the fuck up and just go. Look, bitch, I'm tired of your shit. Look, nigga, I can't have this no more. I'm out. Fuck this little fake ass marriage under some fake ass Christian bullshit and all this other bullshit. Fuck that nigga. Next time if I do get married, it'll be with some sisters and a good brother, a couple of brothers, whatever the fuck, and we'll be jumping the broom, we'll be jumping the tree, we'll be jumping something to fucking rock. I don't know. It'll be solidified on Mother Earth when our feet leave and touch. That means we're grounded together again. Do you understand that? Okay, all right. I don't want to get too deep into that. And the only witnesses are the witnesses themselves. See, we've allowed ourselves to be caught up in fucking stones. Every time I see somebody talking about diamonds and bling, I be looking at these motherfuckers like, you don't even know how the shit's supposed to be used. All in your mouth and everything else, and you're talking negative. No wonder the motherfuckers is getting dead and the corners are getting rich. Anywho, unless the shit is fake, but I'm just saying. You would think that people would actually want to listen to some things that are based upon not just reality, but the relevance of reality, and not my reality. It's everybody's reality. The problem is nobody wants to see it because they accept the bad shit that's going on. You know, it's like, how do you do that? How in the fuck do you? I gotta spit this shit out. Excuse me. I'm about to fall. I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, Bill, I'm turning you off. Oh yeah, you ready, nigga? Yes, sir. Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good shit. All right. And I'm gonna do crab. I'm gonna show you guys, all right? Goddamn, I'll show y'all. So you don't think I'm just talking shit. Oh, this is what I do. I'm gonna show you something else. Another little secret. I know y'all haven't done it. Yeah, whatever. All right. So if I want to start a fire, right? First, I'm gonna do this. I save all my avocado shells and I dry them out. You take them and you crumble them. They make a great tinder. Where's my lighters? Anyway, make a great tinder. Get a fire going. Got a shitload of them. So I'll take all these and crumble them up. And so when I get some dry moss and stuff like that, I put this in there and light that bitch. Oof. I put these in little Ziplocs that go into my bug out bag. Got a shitload of them. So I gotta process those. I didn't eat a lot of avocados. I got one there. Breakfast is one I need to eat later than this, but I'm gonna eat that with this. This is vegan fish. This is one of the products that I use. They're not sponsoring me, so I don't need no sponsors. As you can see, let's go ahead. You see it? It's called Sophie's Kitchen. All right. It's very easy to do. You saute in the frying pan. I'm throwing this out. They're frozen. It's all plant-based seafood. It's soy-free, gluten-free, 100% meat and seafood-free. Very kosher. It's non-GMO. I've been eating this for a long time. One of the best, the shrimps and all that. People be saying my shrimps when I'm eating shrimp fried rice. They're like, nigga, you eating real shrimps. I'm like, and nobody's ate jackfruit. Nobody's ate witch garlic bread, the Jamaica. There's so many things out there that it's easy to make this stuff. Fat wood for my bug out back. That's good. But fat wood, you know how to find fat wood? A lot of people don't know how to find fat wood. You know what I'm saying? When they go into the woods, they don't know how to find that hardened piece of, it's hard to cut through. But you find it, you take your axe, you how to do the splitters and all that, your tomahawk or your machete or whatever you got. It's good to have a very good sharp knife, and very good to have 2 different forms or 3 different forms of axes to travel with in your bug out bag. Fat butter is very good for burning in fires, but a lot of people don't know, that's stuff they need to learn. But this right here is delicious. I've got a freezer full of this shit, and I love it. And I don't eat them every day like I should. Mangoes, tons of them. I go, my boy, give me the mangoes, nigga. Banana, I eat half. I eat the other half. I eat the other half. I need the potassium because I cramp. Let me put this back over here. Okay. So that's gonna be after I eat the oatmeal in about 2-3 hours. Unless I decide to fast for the rest of the day and not eat nothing, then so be it. And that'll be the case. But I'll go ahead and whip something up, corn on the cob or some red onions and all that good shit. Yep. Like I said, it's still organic, it's natural, y'all. So I'm gonna do it like that. You know, the funniest thing is I don't want no damn tobacco. I'm not even thinking about it. It's so weird. Like I just stopped. I don't want tobacco. Like I just want to give myself a few months, man. See how the body recuperates. Every time I go in the hospital, I'm worried about some motherfucking body. They gave me some extra shit, and I was like, I hope that ain't some of that shit, man. Don't be giving me that fucking shit that ain't a vax, motherfucker. I swear to God, they do. That's all I gotta say. That's something. You want to kill a motherfucker that quick? Well, I gotta take a whole bunch of folks with me. So we sit on the other side, and I can reprimand them. Now here nobody understand because they've been lied to, and they won't understand that because the idiots is lying and doing all this shit. They're just the worst of the worst, pedophiles, and murder and everything. Mine's a pedophile, all of them. Kamala Harris is a sick bitch. Ain't no telling how many dark places, how many dark spots she's been to and got to do some shit like hostile and cut a motherfucker up with a gown on. Bitch ain't no good. She's a foreigner. I'm not talking politics. I'm talking real world shit. How many of y'all been over to Sweden? All those places. Learned some true stories. How many of y'all remember how many of y'all knew veterans who were homeless came back telling you crazy stories about surviving a hunt? Yeah, I know y'all not those kind of people. You wasn't out there. You weren't selling drugs. You don't have a fucking clue. People don't want to hear this. They want to hear people talk goofy shit. They want to see people be all emotional because it fits their narrative. No control, but the act sound like they're control, and they're not. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna share as much control as possible. I really hate this language. Because I'm saying words that shouldn't be used. We understand it to a certain hemisphere in dialect of what we think it means. I continue to do that. But it is it's troublesome and it's trying me. For real, trust me. I just wish people would get it together. Again, excellent book. There's many out there, anarchist books and all that stuff. But a lot of them can tell you how to survive certain things, do certain things that have always been very simple. And this is a very old book. You can see I've had this for a long time. This one I had got. This one that when I bought it was like $10. This one was 19. This is my second one. It's a retired Navy SEAL. Know that much, you know. I'm the Seafarer Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Much mad respect. It was published in New York. Simon and Schuster, Jews. They publish, they give the okay on shit. Y'all just, you don't get it. Y'all don't get it. You know how they won? By covertly getting people to do shit that they would normally do because they were able to divide and conquer. How did they do that? With the Federal Reserve. Taking the money and removing the work and creating a system that makes the people monetized. The people, the servants, the slaves, hidden, straw men, all that shit's work. Illegally, without you knowing, and they think that that's power. But it works for those who they look and they say, okay, they're sick, bring them in, teach them. They're sick, bring them in, teach them. We're going to give them authority and positions of power with the people and subjugate the people against their own will and make them believe what's for them, by them, of them is actually against them, to down them, and to trodden upon them. See, nobody wants to hear that. No, everybody wants to listen to all these goofballs talking all this. Everything's good on. We're gonna do barbecue, and then at night we're gonna run around drinking and drugs and all that stupid shit. And I'm gonna secretly get this dick over here, and I'm gonna secretly eat this punani over here. That dumb shit. Don't nobody doing that need to be talking about indigenous fucking people. I hate that word indigenous too. Origin. Now I told you I'm all around South America, so-called South America, in that direction. Okay? I don't believe the earth is fucking round. I don't care. I had to fly Cessnas and I jumped out of planes on my own. No. I don't give a fuck. I understand perceptions and prisms and all that. No. So anyway, and all they did, the kids called me Omeka. Chiclet Omeka, chiclet. Whatever that drink was. Cerveza, Dos Equis, Omeka, Dos Equis, Omeka. Because I wouldn't say my name. Just call me Omeka. Well, if that wasn't speaking volumes in the 80s, what the fuck shit? They got that from their grannies. From the very dark melanated people who I've seen down there all the fuck around over there. I mean, a lot of them. More so than what you think. Or you know. I had a couple women down there, sisters, bro, built like, I was like, no, this is not right. Where you from? Yeah. I said, you know, they're trying to say a lot of from Africa. No. That's where they would go. No. What's that? I'm serious. Now, y'all ain't gonna believe me. But we got a lot of goofballs up here because it's a lifestyle for them. It's how they live, how they eat. And you know that old saying, them goofy niggas in the street, well, I gotta eat somehow, I'm feed, you know, and the words they're using has nothing to do with the sickness and what they really do. And I should know I lived there long enough, conversed with them wackadoos. It's a whole lot of fucking loss. There's so much stuff that you can do. Did you know that there's certain magazines and if you got duct tape or rope, that for a quick exfil, you can wrap it around, or you got a partner with you, wrap it around both of you, just to protect your organs from being shot by 5.53 or 2.23 or 308 from a distance. Ain't gonna stop at 50 cal. Motherfucker, get that on. Pop goes the weasel. There goes the watermelon. There goes the spray paint. I mean, there's no way around it unless you one of the ones who stands up out the rubber. That's gonna be some whole different shit. That's all I can say. I can't break it down no more than that. They won't make it nowhere. And if they're willing to pull that trigger and see that and think that it's enlightening, they don't understand what comes after. See, that's what's wrong with people. They're in the now, no concept of what really may take place. There are those who are sick and they want to see it. They don't understand it's not because they want to see it, they think they're making it happen. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. That's order. We got motherfuckers so full of chaos, they don't have the slight. I hate the word order, but if you want to say use a God, you want to say God, you want to say right, righteous, what? That's based upon order. See, chaos don't come from order, and order damn sure doesn't come out of chaos. Chaos you cut away from, you remove, you ignore it, or you step out of the motherfucker. Now, stepping out of order, chaos doesn't mean you necessarily step back in order. You can be stepping into some place that's catatonic, like a coma, walking coma. No. Till you trip back into chaos, which you know very well. Or somebody comes along, saw something in you, and they pick you up and they drag you around away from chaos, and they start giving you principles of order because they don't understand it itself, but they know that it feels better. It's easy to walk into order because it's all around us, but it's so easy for us to accept chaos because we've been reared and nurtured in chaos. The truth, though, is, check this out. We've known order all our lives. We just turn our back on it because chaos has become the perception of reality that is deemed responsible because so many falsitudes are created that say order comes out of chaos when that's not the case. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? I remember a homeless guy say that they were killing folks during a hurricane in Walmart. Oh, yeah, well, Louis, oh yeah, yes. Got fat, but yeah, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what kind of bike? Hey, Serrano, what kind of bike you got? What kind? Because I was looking at a bike, and Lloyd, maybe you got one too. But I was looking at a bike. I hate Walmart, but they have one of them dirt bikes with them fat ass tires. I was thinking about getting one of them motherfuckers, man. Are they any good? I don't want to go in there with my calipers and testing and seeing it, the rubber, because it's made in China and shit is garbage. I just, what kind y'all got, You can drop it in there and I can reply and I can look at, because they got some pretty nice looking ones over there, but they're not Schwinn. They're not, they're not American made, bro. Put together maybe, but I would say if it's from China, Indonesia, I don't want it. From Hindustan, do not buy no pots and plates from fucking Hindustan. China's poison. Lead and mercury all up in the shit purposely. That's why I tell you these governments together. Fat bikes. Yeah, is that what they call them? The big ass tires? That's what they call. They just call fat bikes. I never looked it up. I just, just look at them when I'm walking through there. When I want to go get something that I need, a certain tool. Oh, the tools made in China is most. I don't know. I think they just sell the worst ones to us. I don't know what it is. But if it's fat bikes, then I'm gonna look into that. And yeah, I'm looking at. They actually had some for like $120, $78. Like pretty sturdy. The Making of an African American Autograph Book. That's legendary Top Cats. Okay. Let me remove that. Why is it even staying that long? It's supposed to be a second. I believe so. Okay. I'm gonna look into that. Definitely. But a lot of people, man, they're being misled. The agenda, sadly, and if you look at how people are getting paid and getting deals, if you think it's just from cash, I'm gonna put my cash up on here once I get to a certain number. So that way I can go Patreon and I can really start uploading things I really don't want to upload on here. I don't want to get strikes, music strikes and stuff like that. I want to really be able to sit down and bring people in, up to a number of people, and then I'm setting all that up. So I will be putting my cash up. You will start seeing it. I'll be tagging it on there. This is $ Indian Jim. Because I got my Bitcoin and all that stuff, and I got to make sure there's a difference between the two. Yeah. I'm not saying I haven't had the stuff. Okay, we're up a little bit. No, we're down. But this shit is done on purpose, man. And it just went the hell some more. Holy shit. And that's General Electric. But you know what? And that's bullshit. Because, anyway. Okay. Just want to make sure we get everything. I know that expired. Dividends earned 0.6. That's bullshit. I don't want $15. But anyway, it's $ Indian Jim. Indian, capital I, NDIAN, capital J, Indian Jim 1. That's my cash app. And I'll be putting it in there. I got a few people always sending me because they know I still, even though because I was sick for so long, I got people that come by and I teach them jabs and I let them hit the pads. I can't do a whole lot because, like I said, when arteries kind of weaken, I do more than what I should, so it kind of can be harmful. Because even the guys be like, yo, James, yo, it's not your heart, but you need your arteries. And you feeling tight in the chest or anything? I'm like, I'm good. We're going to go for like a 2-mile run. I'm like, no, I'm just going to walk about 2 hours. Didn't you like a couple weeks ago run like 9 and 10 miles? Yeah. I did it a few times. When you're fighting certain things that have been done, there's a certain way you're supposed to walk. And I would love to have this woman or women in my life. They're the most nurturing, good ones. We want to listen to the man. I'll always listen to the woman until I realize there's a lot of bullshit that can help nurture me back into a good health and help me keep responsible. Even though I'm doing it on my own, but there's a lot of things going on, and it's surprisingly, you know how many women I've had say that you're too good. No, for real. Here, I've had 3, and I've had them want to fight a girl who tried to hit on me and says, bitch, not him. Excuse that language. I don't. Women are bitches, but I'm telling you the truth. I just walk away from all that negativity. I'm supposed to have a few women come out tomorrow who just I'm going to chef it up, and they're bringing all kind of stuff, and they just want to sit in here. They want to watch me chef it up and eat, and they love it. They got the wine already here and everything, and it is peaceful. They go all around the house. The guns are safe. I take them to the range. There's no sex. I need me a melanated system. Somebody that's country. And that's not asking, seeking, or begging. That's just, I know what I need. See, I actually know. Like I need a good head on these shoulders, you know? I need responsibility. I need to be able to care, and not just care for everybody, like, which is normal. That's a gimme. Somebody who appreciates it, because that is the abundance of growth. That is true wealth. See, the enemies want to see all that gone and dead, right? They blocked me on Instagram. I'm gonna show y'all the screenshots, and I didn't curse nobody out, and they blocked me because of this bitch, Ruby Reds. You see, she's calling me clown. She's going. I don't care if the other woman is indigenous beings is lying. I don't care. What are y'all arguing for? Is what I asked. So obviously, and then 427 Skies. She's fake as fuck too, y'all. These people right here, I believe, I can get my boy Cultural. I can tell you because he works with Facebook. People work for these things and they get things done. And there's nobody monitoring. These people are afraid of what I'm teaching. And I'm grateful for those who come and lead, because the punks are always going to stand out. The cowards are always going to stand out. They're always going to stand out. I'm not going to say nothing else because it's obvious what I can do. I can find out anything I want. People live. That's why I put my information up. I don't care. This ain't no Tony Stark shit. I'm not in secrecy and hiding. I'm gonna get my side by side. I'm gonna go down to Wild Weep, lay out on that beach. I'm gonna go to a quiet place where I can lay button naked. People come around there, women and stuff. Let the sun beat me up, ass cheeks and everything. Just, you know, just say charisma, my service dog, and she just lay out. But she lay out and get the sun, and I lay out every day spread. And I need it, you know. But it would be nice to have a sister, wonderful. You know, there's one sister. She's just soft. I don't know. She's broken. But I know there's good in her, and she's around. She's got her daughters, but she's around a lot of negativity, and I can see the struggle in her. Unless she decides to remove herself, she came over here. Oh, we had a wonderful time, man. I beat the brakes off her ass. But anyway, you know, and you're scared of too. You know, like there ain't nobody like this. Is this real? See, I can talk about myself because I've been putting in the work. You know, it's like when you do it live. You know, it's like you go to the VA, right? I gotta speak on my life. I can't speak for nobody else. And they're just saying, you know, you need to start talking more, James, because people are scared. When you walk through the hospital, you don't communicate. You got this look about you, and you get that walk. I said, that's what our ancestors walk. What the fuck about it? And they're like, see? I'm like, see what? And they go, well, and then they back off a little bit. Because they realize they're encroaching. I'm about to say, well, you kind of encroaching on some shit you don't have no right place to. Well, I understand this. But then they say, but you need to learn talking. I know how to talk. Talking to you, ain't it? And they say, see? And I know exactly what they're saying, but the chaos in me, you want to reach across there and snatch this motherfucker up and pick him up and throw him and literally throw his ass 20 feet across the room. That was real. I saw him as the antagonizer and the enemy. But I listened. So I go on Facebook one day after sharing all his family history, not doing no talking and nothing. No, I don't like doing all that texting shit. That's so fucking weird. That's conditioning. I said to everybody, I don't really know how to talk, y'all. I forgot. I'm always the guy in the back room looking at everybody. Guy you don't want to meet. I mean, on those terms, you know. But everybody wanted to talk and chill out with because I was a straight shooter, you know. Like, so, and how I look at people wasn't trying to be tough or nothing. It was literally how I was. Like, and somebody said, "Yo, Red will knock your fucking head off." I'm dead serious. So people were saying it, so I didn't have to ever do it. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm not getting. People always walk real light around me. And I'm like, how can I live with it? Then I realized I started telling my boys, "We're still doing that." Yeah, but we don't want you to hurt nobody. Huh? How can I know if a motherfucker's real or fake if they walk around their tiptoes around me all the time? Then they realized they made a mistake, and then I realized, you know, I had to learn how to talk. People watch me, man, just fucking up, right up on Facebook. I was not going to hide. And that's not to say, am I real or not? I clotted so fast. I had 3 aspirins in me. I clotted so fast they couldn't even understand. I saved my blood testing. Anyway, it's really easy to test your blood, guys. Anyway, so when I was doing that, I got to a point where I was talking too goddamn much. I was saying goofy shit, like things. It felt so fun. Like it's like a park. Sunbathe, yeah. All right, you can come to sunbathe with me, girl. As long as you ain't one of them Christian marriages or something, you welcome to come. All right, I'm right here in Arizona. Paige, you're welcome. Goddamn, come on. Go out there and we just lay out butt naked, let the sun do its work. Drink some coconut water, and hell, we got to. When we get a little extra roasted, I can bring some extra virgin olive oil. We can rub ourselves down and participate. No, I'm married, but anyway, bro. So I did that, and then I don't know, Lloyd. You remember what I started talking about? I was saying I've got to remove these feelings and these emotions because some people saw me cry live on Facebook because things going on with my service dog relationship. I was like, why am I being lied to? You know, I was like, should I express these feelings? People dying, and I was like, well, they're normal. It's what we're supposed to do. Then I started shutting down. I think that was like get on the bike. I started shutting down because I realized I was the only one doing it, and nobody was walking with me. Then I realized, oh shit, I'm literally in this by myself. That was fucking hard. And I think I said it. Didn't I say it a whole bunch of times there, Lord? Didn't I say this is hard, this is not easy? And there were times I said this seems pretty easy, but it's hard. And I was in a relationship with a person that was very vile. I want to see her grandbabies, and when they come, she started cussing and getting angry. And I was like, you know what, there's something wrong with you. And the moment you correct somebody, and that's where I am, weird things started happening. Now me, I was in the crosshairs of not wanting to harm people, hurt people. Otherwise, I'd have burnt her house up and burnt her up in it. If it happens, it ain't me. But I was ready to destroy it. I was ready to blow the fucking house up. Because it was wicked. All things I saw were evil all around me. You know, I knocked out 37 people on the reservation in a 7.5-year period. You know what? You know how many people that is getting knocked the fuck out and not learning their lesson from their grandpa, their big brother? Yeah, that's what the fuck I got to say to that. And meeting some motherfuckers that have Mexican, they're all badass, traverse motherfuckers with a cane. I picked them up on the side of the road. I knew them in the res, half Mexican. I'm like, yo, what you got in that bag? Smell how funny. Oh, I just got some meth. I got out, walked around, snatched his cane, that bag, and his little limp hat, short leg, out that mouth, threw him on the ground. Not for one, nigga. I don't know about these Negroes here in Arizona, but I will fucking make you disappear, bro. And I got a number from Love from him. And he was like apologizing every time I saw him. Hey man, you got a couple of sandwiches? Be careful how you walk up on me, bro. I want it to be your last perfect take. And I would say that, and lots of times I don't like giving people warning. But this is me learning how to talk. Like a fucking baby. Tripping over everything. Tripping, no light fantastic, just tripping. So when I hear people talk this Crip and Blood shit and all this gang and GD, I don't want to hear that shit. It's a whole lot of country folk, man, stronger than an ox, proved ourselves and everything, whipped a whole lot of ass, just not in them circles no more. My Uncle Reggie Lee can tell you when I was in Little Vietnam, Irvington, I had nothing but Pyrus around me, down there. And we small numbers. That's how we moved, because I had to have number of fighters, the real fighters, the ones who threw the joints, and like 3 girls sitting around me, braiding my hair when my hair was real long. Came back from the Bronx, making trips. You know, you saw me, I had red gloves hanging on my pocket. I ain't do the bandana shit unless I did a white one around the neck, taking it back in the day, keeping it real country. If you understand what CRIP mean, which that blood shit was only because the antagonists started crossing the line and doing foul shit. Community, blah, 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 was both hands, both from the Panthers. But it became something else because you got to remember who influenced Masonic. And we got brothers right now who are wonderful brothers who do shit, but they take it personally when you say something about Masonic. They show you that they have no order. See, this is how I pull them out. When I say something and I see how they react, and they try to correct it by being linguists, you know, throwing the linguistics around, thinking they're eloquent. I said, no, bro, you already showed me you are not in order. You couldn't handle my perception. You allege something that don't exist because you're in chaos. I'm not here to debate motherfuckers that think they know everything because they walk with a group, another gang, but they did have major influences and caused the fight. Tell me I'm wrong. That shit became pure evilness because it has some kind of structure, but it lacks order. All these good brothers and sisters running around looking like fucking idiots. Well, in our stories, they're destroyed very quickly. I don't know how. So this is for all you little gang boobly boo-boos and all you gangs and all that. It's not going to be painless. Y'all are going to be very destroyed very quickly. I don't understand. It doesn't mean like this ain't no bewitched, twinkling nose and all that shit. Agatha, no. It means that you're going to be the first, and it's going to be suffrage. That's what it means. Not the shit we're seeing. But you're seeing it. You're seeing how it's going to be laid out before you. This is the kind of this is like talk like to have, but I like to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? If you have something you want to put in, say it. Nobody's wrong here. Unless you got a problem with what I'm saying and you're agitated, even that's not wrong because that's something somebody learned from. So when that happens, because people can say, do this, do that, so you get noticed. They didn't do that in the beginning. No, I'll get noticed. This is the way I'm doing it right now. Like y'all saying, listen to the brother. That's how I get noticed. I'm not in no rush. I might not be here. I'm 55 with a couple little things going on because I've been poisoned and a whole lot of stuff that still moves like a 25-year-old. How the fuck is that possible? I look good. I know that. I don't give a fuck. I know I look good, goddamn. I got some meat in my bones. Yeah. I'm doing that. You know that dance where you do legs in and out? I'm sitting down, so I had to let y'all say that. And I like to act silly as fuck. Let me show you the other. Y'all gonna say this is a badass moment, John. This is one I'm gonna wet sand today, y'all. I know. I gotta put 2 more coats, and it's a little. See this here? It's sand. It's wet sand a little bit. You can tell. And I'm using this grit. I've got a whole bunch of these. Okay, a whole lot. And this one has about 3 different grits. And I have, well, I'm going to be going this one for the other one over here. I've got tons, y'all. I've got so much Yeah, I don't have to, whatever. You're gonna get about 3 more coats. So I've got to do that, and then I've also primed and did some of the bottom parts. As you can see here, this is actually a yellow prime. It looks glossy and stuff, but when I wet sand it, it's gonna be flat. Same thing with this gray. That's gun gray, I think it's called. So it's not gonna be these things. I do very detailed and I record it, so that way kids know. So there, everything's gonna get done. I chopped the roof on this. It didn't come like that. So it's the stuff that I do when I don't feel like, being bothered, or I'm writing, or I'm inventing in my graph papers. I'm coming up with inventions all the time, and I paint. But it'd be nothing like in the world to have a woman who just wants to relax. It's not. I don't like saying it's not about sex, because sex is always a part of it, but it's more of a spiritual sexual connection. Like we say, we want to try something that we don't know if it's going to work, or we want to sit there and just look at each other, and we want to build on all the good and allow the bullshit to leave. Well, the one is the 1933, what you call it. The other one is the friggin' the 49, the, I guess, Cutlass or whatever the fuck. Anyway, yeah, those are old. I build old ones. I got the big ones too. I've got the doubles. I've got the Ford Starliners. I got a shitload. I got big ones too, guys. Big vertical scales. I forget what scale that is, but big ones. Yeah, and these cars right here, I'm actually using styrene, like different size styrene. You buy them in bags, and you can heat, mold, shape. I'm making the front wheels turn with the steering wheel. I'm doing a transaxle with a little generator motor, with the back seat being a battery, with a little on-off switch to make the back wheels transaxle, putting gears and crowns in the little axle thing to make the wheels spin. I'm doing, I like to, and it might take me a year to finish the damn thing. I'm not in no rush if I'm here. You know, it's like to have somebody and be with somebody. They want to watch TV all day, and that's cool. And you can sit beside them, and they don't care, and it's like, okay, and cook, and it's like, what are we cooking? And it's not an act. It's like, I'm comfortable with how everybody wants to live, as long as we don't ignore each other. Because if that happens, then that means there's chaos. Chaos is somewhere looking around, and I'm not gonna entertain chaos at all. Some people might say, well, that's a little. No, what's extreme is the fact that we've allowed this shit to get to this point. So now I must be just as extreme in fucking denial, entry, and everything. You see what I'm saying? So I've got a shitload of models, guys. I got that 55 Ford 100 Street Rod. I can't wait to build this one. This is one of my favorites. It's gonna be the second time building this. I don't want that to fall. This is one y'all saw. It's actually gonna be that color, but a different blue. I've done a lot of mock-ups on it. This is the one that I'm also working on. This has a lot of work in it. That's why it's bumpy. That's got it sitting up in here. This is one of mine. I love this one right here. I'm doing some chop and all kind of shit to it. So that's me. You know? One of my loves growing up as a child. One of the first things I got during Christmas or birthday on Miller Street in Fourth Ward was a 55 Chevy. It was orange. I didn't have no blue, and I put it together. I was a kid. I'm talking about very young. Not too long after all that abuse I've been through from Willowdale. Willowdale was across from Glenville, where I was at, where I ended up with my grandmother at nighttime on Miller Street, Big Mama, and all that road. John was in love with Noreen. Sneak was in love with Brenda. I was in love with a whole lot of folks. I was a youngin'. He had my ass whooped for about 5-6 years, real bad. So, Gary was there with us. Big ass house, Miller Street, across from the garages. Long time ago. Long time. And that was the first thing I got. It was a 55 Chevy. Remember they were orange. I think Rebel, a monogram. Yeah. 7, somewhere. 6 or 7. They knew that cars were in my life. They just knew. I don't know how. Models that become a mechanic, Shady Tree mechanic, go to school, Avenue Americas in New York, Apex, blah blah blah, body mechanic, all that shit, and then went for air conditioning refrigeration. They had a shooting, didn't finish the school. That was just crazy. I said, fuck, I ain't going back there with all that crazy shit. Niggas downstairs acting like they was on the block. I was like, let me get away from these goofy motherfuckers before something really happened. Something happened. It was intense. Apex was intense. It was quick. It's like the military. That's what I loved it. I used to go across the street, study Krav Maga, and do the new yoga. I go upstairs, actually in bed, do new yoga, butt naked. I was younger, shit. I ain't mine. Got a little hard on. I ain't give a fuck. Women didn't care. They were like, some of them afterwards be like, you gotta control that. It's nice. I'm like, yeah, y'all bend over and do throw your leg up with that. I've got to gain some control. I'm ex-military. Navy. Bear with me. It'll come. I'm not trying to run up in y'all. And anyway, ended up sleeping with a few of them. So, shit happens. See, this is about honesty. This is being honest. I'm being honest here. I'm not just talking. I'm talking about my life. How can we talk and build about things if we don't talk about first person? Watch Kwame Brown bust life live in 30 minutes. Kwame be going the fuck off, y'all. Now get out of here. I told him I'd come on and talk with him about his goofies. But anyway, so you see what I'm saying? So, this stuff right here make you feel funny. Don't drink it all the way down because if you ain't used to shit, yo. I like to get it in. As long as the mullein, because it's there. You can smell it. The mullein strong. And that's the beautiful thing about tinctures, especially non-GMOs and stuff like that. If you understand, like sometimes you can heat it up. If you got one of those little, not to get off target from the yoga and the Krav Maga and all that shit, but if you can put this in like one of the little heating things, like a little, like this. I got one of these. Oh my God, that's right. Kids was coming over a box today, and I'm like, I got to throw that shit out. Okay, anyway. Put that stuff back in the shed, man. If they don't come today, it's going in the shed. Balls, all that balance and stuff. Whoo! Got a bunch of these. When I do my fast next week, I decide to do it. So I gotta get my arteries. So then, very minor, I didn't need medication like that. Very minor case of angina, it happened. I got 50-something candles. So for a week of no water, no food, no nothing, out in the sun, in and out, very slow, methodical, no TV, no nothing. I've got mullein upstairs that I can put in here, but you can use these tinctures right here, put it in there, and heat it up. Make sure the AC's off, allow the heat be in the house. I don't care if it's 3 digits, just sweat, allow it. Mind, and if you got 432 gigahertz, 568, 728, whatever, utilize those as far as the sounds of bells, whether it be Mongol or if it be Buddhist rhymes that chant, rhythm chants or whatever, or the sounds, and learn how to chant yourself doing those things to help quell hunger and thirst. You feel dry in the mouth, lay down, allow the dizziness to go away, because your body will adapt. So that's what I'll be doing. Paraffin-free candles. And I'll be using 3 of these in each room and on the first floor to keep certain things that help the lung and breathing and the visual. And I'm gonna just try. I'm tempted to do a week. If I make it 3 or 4 days, and cool. And then somewhere down the line, I'm gonna do it again. Got all my body to repair and recover, and I can't do it if I keep putting toxic shit and taking the things that are destroying us willfully by a group of people, a nation of people who are ignorant. Will I go live? I don't know. I don't know if I should turn on this equipment. I think I'm going to unplug everything and then give a spew on it afterwards. If y'all can hold off, and maybe more people will come in and we'll be able to share that stuff. Hey, what's going on? It just popped up, man. Kwame Brown was all over there. How's it going, Alito? Mushy mushy. Anybody knows what that means? OCO. OCO. But he just sent me back some information. No, he didn't. All right, I'm just gonna go to the police department. I'm with buddies over there, file a report, and give the apartment he was in and the information. That's it. Because that's hit and run. I don't give a fuck. Even though it's not major damage, you could just give me $500. I could have fixed it myself. You know, probably could do it for $250, but I know it's expensive when you go to the Chevrolet dealer. So I'm not playing with this Argentinian bumphead because they're all chaotic. They're all in chaos. So it's good to have the police report. We know what the vehicle looked like. We got more than that. We got the person's name and his number. He's, I didn't hit nothing. No, fool. I got your car and all that on the front of my bumper. You know what I mean? It's little stupid stuff. So what we live in, people are stupid. They don't want to pay attention to do nothing right, but when they do something or accident, they want to fix it and that. This is what I'm talking about. The world is full of people who are no good. And it's purpose, and it's sad. Yo, I saw say, what's going on, Capo? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing, family? Yeah, go back to the beginning. It's gonna be 2 hours long. I'm gonna sit it down here shortly because I'm gonna go out to the sun and I'm gonna get the side by side, fuel up, get the extra gas tank, and I'll get my towels and everything. I'm gonna go down on Wild Week because it's free for me, being indigenous and being a vet. And besides, I got the little card, and I'm gonna lay out in the sand, away from all the goers. I want to get butt naked. I don't give a fucking sand. Please get in my ass. I'm a pee hole, whatever. And anybody wants to come out here and hang out, as long as you ain't with bullshit. Come on with it. Hey, hit that like and hit that share. You know I got nothing but love for y'all, man. Nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. You know, people always said, yo, man, what's the numbers? I said, well, I can look at the views, but the thing is, people aren't sharing my stuff. I said, but you know, when they do, I say, hey, look, it's slow. I just started a month ago, really. And I says, I'm not in no rush. Because I'm going to speak about the things that are relevant to the things not spoken about. Not because to be antagonistic, because there's too much bullshit going on. And who else better to talk about it but somebody who wants to stay away from, who walked away from, who walked out of, who's got out of all the bullshit, and realize that it's always with him, though he doesn't have to be part of the chaos. I love order. Scratching the surface of order is nothing like it. Going through all the things I went through, it's not even steeped or based in fears. I hate the words right and wrong. Like I hate dark and night, light and day. I hate them. Shit. People, when you start studying the words and looking at what they really mean, they mean so much more, and yet they give so less context. And it's with reason and a perverse reason that it's all done. So I want to keep it like that. I want to be able to talk about the things that are practical in my life that I'm applying and I've been applying and doing live and for real. Yeah, you know I got the burner in there. So you know I might have to heat that up now. Put a little bit of this shit up in there and see how it kicks off. No, I got better stuff for it. So I ain't gonna be foolish. But that's from a truck. The same from the models. It's got small stuff over here from the models. This is from my truck. And I got the plastic. When I get ready to hit that stuff with that Flex Seal, the whole damn truck, cases of that shit to keep him. I keep telling y'all, man, prepping is better to be prepared, at least to get out there if you're too late. We'll say, well, look, I had shit. Maybe something else might come along where I can protect that. You know what I mean? Because some people are sitting out there saying, you're going to be like my boy, man, he got his truck covered with that. Yeah, well, I'm the reason why his truck is covered like that. And it looks good, don't it? It's like, yeah. I was like, well, but he's done more to it. And I showed him how to do it. If you ask him to lift his hood, he ain't going to lift it. He'll show you 2 turbines, this, that, and the other, and it's mechanic. And he'll show you that you can stand over there with one of the most powerful EMPs unless you blow the truck up, and you ain't going to stop his battery or his system from functioning. It took a long time for me to figure it out, studying several level 7 armoring and this, that, and other, and looking at all the little details, working on A7 Corsairs and FA Crusaders back in the day in the 80s. why these things were there, magnetic impulse, all that shit, EMP, all that stuff, to understand that we're not safe from it and it affects us. So, like I said, if you have a pacemaker, this, that, and other, a hearing plugged in your head, blah, 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 there are ways to protect you. Looks unethical in this time of age and beauty, centrifugal beauty, I call it, which is bullshit. You would stand out like a quack, but you're the one with the pacemaker. You're the one with the visual eye stimulant thing in there, and that the EMP would cause all that to stop working. So therefore, you wouldn't hear and you wouldn't be able to see correct. Your heart probably would stop. So, do you see media, government, or anybody being practical talking about that? No, they just get the warnings. This can happen because that's part of their plans. If it wasn't, then there wouldn't be no need to say it or no thought to perceive it, right? It's like people still talking about conspiracy theory. Every time I see one of them people say that, I turn them off. I'm like, the motherfucker don't even know what conspiracy or theory means. Stupid. Just throwing a word out because they don't like what they hear or they disagree. Just say you disagree. Don't throw words out you don't even understand. Enough of that shit. That's strong. 2 ounces with 4 drops of that stuff. This stuff is strong. My stomach ain't like it used to be. Well, it's not like that because what's happened. I always had an iron stomach, but it'll be back. So, just gotta stay away from all the process. I don't do a lot of processed shit anyway. Definitely stay away from all the meat crap. These are the things I talk about. We crossed the 2 hour mark, and I think that's grand. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down. I'm coming back on later though, but I want to go down there and tan my nuts, shaft. I want to tan my ass. Got people running around getting their booty hole bleached. Man, open that motherfucker up and let it get as black as it needs to be. So in case you don't know how to wipe good enough, it's gonna be a time when people ain't wearing. I'm just saying. Stop that. It's so wrong. Get your laughing a little bit. Don't be out there at the nude beach or something like that. Where I go as a place where I can go, and there's few people we like to get nude and be like, let the sun get us. Nobody's all fucking nasty and freaky. We're away from it, and it's just beautiful. I'm a little laid out chair, my blankets and everything, and I can just lay out there and let the sun. And then I get up and I put my shorts on. And I gotta move around because you can't just you gotta move. You gotta be moving in the sun, guys. Shrink, visceral, and all that. You can't just lay there and just think that just laying in the sun. No, you become like jerky. So, all right, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do. Go out here side by side. I don't think I'm gonna take a gun with me. No, actually, I know I am. And get my bag together. I gotta take a red cooler bag. So I'm gonna take some water and some fruit. Take another mango, cut it up, and 2 nectarines and an apricot. I gotta have B17 vitamins, y'all. Gotta have the fiber. And it's natural form of sugar, glucose, and carbs. Fuck protein. You don't need protein powders and all that stuff. And people don't understand that. Yeah, it's good to have. How do you pronounce your name? Achimutuba? Kushina? Kushiishi? Well, I speak enough different languages, but if you can go ahead and put it out so that way people don't know how to say it, it's a beautiful thing. N4TC, a plotting of evil, multiple design, a combination of persons for an evil purpose from Anglo-French conspiracies, Old French conspiracy plot from Latin conspiracy. Yeah, that's some old stuff, but they're both actually conspiracy and theory are both steeped in the same thing. It's a resolution of one another, and I've shared it actually with just the simple lingo of today, which conspiracy is derived from, and the theory is based upon, and they both are prudent to each other, not one lacking nor giving. It's just real simple. But yeah, I appreciate that. See, that's what I like. So people pay attention. I'm kind of like the farmer's head. I like to till the soil, if not germinate the seed, or allow the earth to do it, depending on preparation or its wealth and health. To see the sprout, and wait for the blossom. And that's what this is all about. Getting away from all the things that we think are comfort foods or entertainment. Because sometimes what we look at and what we say we believe is entertainment is a form of a comfort food. It feeds us and it's comfort. But a lot of times it's an arrogant, we're arrogant because it's an ignorance. And we won't turn away from it because it's unhealthy. We believe because we've been rendered neutral. So therefore we've been nurtured in it. We believe that it's a good thing. And I'm gonna work hard as long as I'm here. Stop that bullshit. You know, like I talk about the good of Charleston White and he's the OG Percy and this and another because it's informative. But what I do is I come down hard on how they're bringing the message out. I'm not saying it won't work for certain individuals, but for them, when you see the fame thing and you see how something starts to manipulate in the position they are, and they use things that categorically are not who we are, like niggas, Africans, black, and they push that, and obviously they don't know the truth of the 1940s and 50s, and they're lacking in other places because of they're running around as juveniles and being younger than me and not really having that lockdown or that way to be able to dispose of the foolishness and to have the truth of the curriculum steeped and based on truth. Alligator Three Feathers. The name, I love that. No, I love it. I didn't even look it up. I appreciate that. And my great grandmother, she called me Red Wolf. So it's with Homer and the Shogun. I don't know why people spell with a Homer, U or whatever, when it's actually HG. I'm not going to get into that. But like I said, I love linguists and I love languages. But that's a beautiful name. Alligator Three Feathers. Awesome. That's how you find out your ass. You don't know. No, regardless of what tribe or whatever, I have a certain issue with things because a lot of languages that we speak are actually not our ancestors' language. That certain pale skins claiming to be us, they Negroes are from Negro Portugal. Sure. Negroes are from Negro Portugal. Yeah. And I've been all over there, and Espanol too. It's a word that look. I love when James Bond. I love when certain people, like I used to tell people, I am not your Negro. I am not your black. And see, people don't get it. But where is its origin actually transpired? Where did it come from? See, that's what a lot of people lack, that information. That's the stuff that I keep telling people. Don't buy everything given by the Zionists and the fake Greek and all the other bullshit. Learn its origin and what it pertains to. Did it pertain to some kind of royalty? Like I tell people about the Hattha people that visit Japan and Indonesia and the G people, the Hattha people from the East, the old world. When I was in Morocco, this was the East. This is the old world. When did it become the West? Dude, I was in the 80s going to Morocco and going to Edinburgh, Scotland, King James Castle. This is the fucking East. When did it become the West? Well, when the Zionists steeped at the West and the dumb pale-skins who don't know who the fuck they are run around calling themselves crackers from Quakers, Aryans from Negro, the original Negroes, and melanated people call themselves Aryans, call themselves all this shit that they're not. They don't have an identity other than Blackamoor. These languages are not our languages. Origin of things as far as what we know, but it lacks because you know what the relevance is. I love the fact that we can build on these things because I've been around the world too many times, more than I went with the cow, reading, studying, collecting books and information, and that's why I do what I do. And then, like I said, I share with everybody. You know, knowing my great uncles who fought in the Civil War as children. You know, you can't make. I don't tell them to make nothing up. You know. And that's a beautiful thing to build, and we grow. There's good information, so that way we can disseminate. We can find out what's factual, what's steeped in, and what was meant to change the course of history for the wrong, not order, but for more chaos. So, like I said, when I use it, I use the term Negro literally because I'd rather say Negro than dumb black motherfucker and all this other and African American, which I damn sure ain't calling nobody. I got brothers from that land that don't call themselves African, and they laugh every time they see. But besides the motherfuckers that want to make $1, who have been conditioned by the Dutch and the French and everything else, who don't give a fuck, who lighten their skin and everything else, they done lost their way, and half of them from here anyway. I don't even listen to them. Even nice to go over there. Mesopotamia. I'm going that way. A couple of my homies waiting for my dude, from there. And he knew. Let me have him get Red away from there because I hate to see what Red would do to some of them. And, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I like to talk about. Where I get my information from, how I attained my information, and what research I did, what bookstores and mom and pop bookstores, whether it be in Gay Paris, Toulon, France, Cannes, Mallorca, Spain, and Papalas, talking with old folks before the shit kicked off the way it did with these Portuguese pale skins, these Sephardic Jews going in and creating an instability, making us against them, starting murdering our people over there. I like to talk about all Easter Island, the little short visit I had there, and how they tried to Asianize that when there was no fake ass Asians there. We are the Asiatic people, and all how that's lost, and to correct all this non-beneficial bull crap that's going on. But see, we all want to act like we know it with the little information we have, and we don't know shit. See, that's the chaos in us. See, order will stop us from believing we know everything and realize and remind us that we don't know shit. That's the key. See, when you realize you don't know shit, not saying what we have, we don't know something. When we realize we don't know shit, that everything we know is steeped in chaos, derived from many lives and rivers and streams that have long been cut off, that we're not sharing water, we're sharing shit like this. That's not real. Where's the algae? Where's the different minerals coming from the rocks? Where's the cliffside? But they put a label and say this is where it came from. We know they lie. It's like the education. It's like everything that we know today. It's a lie. It's a construct, a false narrative. It's be mindful. It's chaotic. Especially if you feel some kind of way or you have some kind of emotion, that should tell you more. But if nobody's there to guide you or nurture you, then how would you understand that your feelings are all lies? Well, they're real, but they're steeped out of chaos. They don't nurture. They don't help. They don't assist. They don't uplift. They don't bring together. Well, yeah, they can bring a lot more chaos together, and then you're going to get somebody who's there a little envious and be like, well, let me do it. If this is supposed to be the right key, the right parliament, the right is not trickery, then why would these things be involved? Because it's all like a chaos. Order doesn't have any emotions or feelings towards bullshit. Things that are, okay, I can teach this, right? But there's going to probably be a lot of flack behind it. You think that's based in order? Do you think that's deep in order? No, this is for this be used now. When we start raising this horizons, we start allowing it to do its work. As long as we removed a lot of toxins, as many as we can, to allow clarity. So that's what a lot of people want to do. They won't detox. They won't allow them bodies. They become too used to doing what they do. And as far as they're concerned, because their eyes are open and they think they're listening and they hear, when they hear something, they think they're saying something when they talk. Because the diaphragm's expelling a little wind, when that's all it's doing, and hitting some vocal cords, throwing a lot of shit out. That's chaos. See, order? It's not a whole lot of talk. See, all I'm doing is educating. So anybody knows me knows I don't do a whole lot of talking. Like, okay. Janine Hicks knows me very well. No, let's have a good time. And when I say that, it literally means let's go have a good time. It's not what people think. It's when they hear it, they're thinking something, but they haven't even gotten together to understand what good time is or what we're going to do. So when I say jump in, let's go, they have a good time. They go, okay. They're trying to figure it out. I said, what is there to figure out? Did you enjoy yourself? Was it a good time? I just invited you somewhere and gave you something that's steep on something that's not just good for me or beneficial for me, but for everybody, anybody that wants to partake in it. Because there's not a whole lot of nonsense, a lot of foolishness. I said, if you don't take nothing good from that and you add it to chaos, then what you do is you perverse something that was nurturing, and now you'll never understand it because your perception is still in the land of the lost where you was at. I understand there's a reason why I had to go through whatever it is I've been through. And there's a reason why I might have to go through some more things because I don't like saying I'm telling the truth. But I can guarantee you this, that truth is the new hate. Those who are ambiguous and everything else, those are the ones that hate the truth. People who are steeped and reared and raised in lies will despise you. And don't ever ask why. Don't ever be confounded, nor allow that to have any arbitrary, to rent any space to be arbitrary. Don't allow it. You have that kind of power. They run up on you and they want to harm you. Understand that you have a greater power if you are in the truth of your knowledge of self. I don't care if it's your last breath. If it's real and you really win it, they'll stop. And you can trust me on this. It's not because people know I've knocked so many people out and they've seen the damage. I remember one of the worst things that I did was put 2 people I knocked out on the porch on Facebook. And that was ego. And it was foolish. And it was confounded. There was a lot of chaos. Around a woman who was full of chaos. Couldn't wait to get the fuck away from her because I saw it all building up in me because of my emotions and feelings. We're not being challenged, thwarted, removed. I was not being told that was off the chain. Because I was always believing I was doing the right things. Teaching martial arts, reading women and children, this, that, and other. She was an ugly person. I wouldn't allow myself to see it because I was so involved with so much. I was making everything else be more important than removing myself from this sick motherfucker. This person, excuse me. When that day came, though, I did it on my own, like I've done everywhere. Just like when I drove the 6,000 miles, I just get up and go. Not running from nobody. I go back to the Bronx, Brooklyn, Hickam, anywhere, Queens, mad love. I know there's a bunch of young motherfuckers over there that are goofy and harm you, but they don't know no better because they know there's not many people like me. Or like somebody else who really seek order and understand that order doesn't need to be seeked. It's all around us. We've just been steeped and nurtured in bullshit. Until we accept that reality and realize, okay, I've been reared and raised in all this bullshit. Now, how am I going to come out of this bullshit? Fuck. We kind of answer the question, don't we? When we sit there and say, well, how am I? We're saying how. What does that lead to? What does that reciprocate? But I'm pointing out the fact that I know I'm in here. Then what the fuck do I need to do? Get the fuck out, right? Damn if that ain't that simple. But some people will sit there and confound it because they're so chaotic. But how do I do that? Nigga, you just had the answer. But we've grown up in an age of technology. So everything's got to be so technical. No, motherfucker. If the door says it's to the left, that's where the men's room is, and you walk to the right, then you the one that's fucked up. Just go to the left, nigga. If you say, I want to get out of chaos, all right, don't talk about it, get the fuck out. Well, how? No, minimize, man. You want to do an update right now. See what I'm talking about? Close. I'm about to be signed out, y'all. It's going to do an update. Love y'all. In stream. I'll be back later.